Hello students. So today we are with the next part of the same chapter number 7, number patterns. In the first two parts you have seen what is a number sequence and what is the meaning of general term of a number sequence and how to solve the problems related to it. I hope you have done the problems and also done the assignment questions. So now we will move on to the next session, and today's session is about number patterns. So what is the difference between a number sequence and number pattern? That is the first thing. A number sequence, you can see it is a series of numbers in a line, correct? And in number pattern, you can see there will be three or more or many series of number sequences that forms a particular pattern. Okay, so it can be just numbers or it can be some figures like triangles, square, boxes, anything. So whatever it is, if I explain you like this, you will not be able to understand anything. I will show you some example, then you will understand what is the number pattern. Then we will solve the problem related to it with the example. Then we will move with the exercise questions. Okay. So whatever it is, the concept used here is same like number sequence. Okay, you have terms, everything. Okay, the concept is same. Okay, so first I will start with an explanation of an example question. I have taken this question from your textbook itself. If you want, you can take out your textbook and see. I have given the page number there, page 165. It's an example question, okay, from the textbook. It's already solved in the question in the textbook. Okay, so now see here what is given. The first four figures of a sequence are as shown. So there is a figure type of question. Okay, so here you can see figure 1, figure 2, figure 3, figure 4. Correct? So what you observe from the given figure. First we will see what are the observation you can see from the or you can note from the figure. So first figure you can see it's a triangle. Correct? It's just one triangle. The second figure you can see it's like two triangle. One a normal triangle and the other one like an upside down triangle. So basically there are two triangles in the second figure. And when you count the lines, if you want to count the lines, in the first figure you can see one triangle and it has three lines, correct? And what about second figure? It's two triangle, but how many lines are there? You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. The four outer lines and the one which looks like a diagonal, correct? Okay, now third figure, it has three triangles, correct? And fourth figure, it has four triangles. So this is the basic observation you can make from this first line of the question, correct? Okay, now we'll see what is the question. Draw the next two figures of the sequence. So it's like a game. You can just draw it, right? You can see first one is a normal triangle. Second one, a normal triangle and a inserted upside down triangle makes figure number 2. And figure number 3, again a normal, one upside down and again a normal. Figure number 4, a normal, upside down, normal, upside down. So 4 triangles, just like zigzag, correct? So you can yourself draw what will be figure number 5 and figure number 6. They are asking you to draw the next two figures. So you should draw one figure which will be figure number 5 and one figure which will be figure number 6. Correct? So figure number 5 will have how many triangles? Yes, 5 triangles. And it will be in the fourth figure you can see the last triangle on the right side is one upside down triangle. So the fifth triangle in the figure number 5 will be a normal triangle like this. Correct? Now you can count it there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 triangles. So figure number 6 will be what? The same figure plus one more triangle which is drawn upside down. See? Correct? So this is the next two figures of the sequence. Figure number 5 and figure number 6. Correct? So this is just you can draw it like that. Nothing to understand or nothing to learn from this first question. Okay, now we'll see the next question. Complete the table. They have given one table like this. You need to complete it. Now here you will do more observation and some calculations. Okay, the first question was just to draw the figure. Now here you can see what all they have asked. Now you have to watch or see the figure properly. So that's why I told you, if you want to read with the textbook, because in this page you cannot see the figure. So if you're with the textbook, it will be more easy because you can see the figure there. Okay, so see the table. Figure number 1, and number of triangles in figure number 1 is 1, and number of lines is, they have given like that, 1 plus 1 into 2 is equal to 3. They have already derived it like some general condition or general term kind of thing they have already given. You should analyze it and understand how it is going on. Okay, you can see I have given it in red color, that 1 into 2 is equal to 3. That 1 I have given in red color. You can consider that 1 as the figure number or number of triangles, because only you can see in the remaining only that is changing, other is not changing. Others only the final answer is changing, but you can see in figure number 2 the number of lines is what? 1 plus 2 into 2, that is equal to 5. In figure number 3 it is 1 plus 3 into 2. So basically only that part which is I have marked in red color is only changing. So that part you can consider it either as the figure number or number of triangles, because the figure number and number of triangles are same. For figure number 1, number of triangle is 1. For figure number 2, number of triangle is 2. Figure number 3, number of triangle is 3. Figure number 4, number of triangle is 4. So now tell me, first one, what will be the number of triangles in figure number 5? Yes, it will be 5. So, what will be the number of lines? Yes, it will be 1 plus 5 into 2. Correct? And you can calculate it. What is 1 plus 5 into 2? You have to do the thing which is done in the brackets first. So, 5 into 2 is 10. So, 10 plus 1 is, that is equal to 11. So the number of lines in the figure number 6 will be, figure number 5 will be 11. Correct? Now come to next figure, figure number 6. So what will be the number of triangles? 6. And what will be the number of lines? Yes, it will be 1 plus 6 into 2. What is 1 plus 6 into 2? 6 into 2 is 12. So 1 plus 12 is what? 30. Correct? So when it goes like this, now you have to generalize it, or you have to find the general term of this number pattern. Okay, it's not number sequence, it's number pattern. Okay, so tell me first, number of triangles, that is the easiest part, correct? Because figure number and number of triangles are same. So now tell me, what will be the number of triangles for figure number n? Yes, it is just n only, same one. Now comes the next part, number of lines. What will be the number of lines? So in the previous figures you can see only that part which I have written in the red color is changing. So here also you can write it as 1 plus n into 2. Correct? Now what is this 1 plus n into 2? We don't have any values there. Just you can write what is n into 2 in algebra. It's just 2n only. Correct? So it's the general term is what? 1 plus 2n. Correct? That's all. So you have to analyze the given sequence. Here actually the number of lines is like a sequence for this number pattern. For this particular number pattern, the number of lines sequence you have to understand, that only you will be able to generalize the general term for this number pattern. Okay. Clear? So number of lines is only 1 plus 2n. Okay. So if they ask you what is the number of lines in some figure, you can just find n. Just find the n and just substitute it. Correct? Number of lines. Okay. It's not number of triangles and figure number. Figure number and number of triangles are same. If it will be n only. So for that particular value of n, the number of lines is what? 1 plus 2n. Clear? Okay, now we'll see what is the third part. Yes, calculate the number of triangles and lines in the 121st figure. So tell me, 121st figure means what? N is 121, so number of triangles is itself is what? Yes, n is equal to 121. So triangles and figure are same. So number of triangles is n is equal to 121. Now next is number of lines. So you got the general term. It is what? 1 plus 2n or 1 plus n into 2. Here what is n? It is 121. So just substitute it. So 1 plus 121 into 2. What is 121 into 2? 242. So 1 plus 242, that is equal to 243. Clear? So once you got the general term for number of triangles and the figure number is n. For n, what is the number of line? It is 1 plus 2n. So you can just substitute it and find it. Correct? Now, what is the next question? Write down a formula connecting the number of triangles T. They have given T there and number of lines L. So what is the meaning of that? You have to represent the number of triangles in terms of T and number of lines in terms of L. Okay, in the sequence shown above. So you have to find a formula connecting T and L. That's all. Correct? So how we will find it? We got number of triangles, that is T, is equal to n. We have already seen from the table. And from the same table you have seen that the number of lines. What is number of lines? Yes, L. L is equal to 1 plus 2n. These two things you have already seen from the table. Now how will you connect these two? Just substitute the value of T in number of lines. You can see, I will show you. Substitute T is equal to n in the equation for L. Okay, so what is L is equal to? Actually L is equal to 1 plus 2n. Correct? So instead of n you have to write T. That's all. So you will get a relationship or a equation which is connecting L and T. So you just write it is at L is equal to 1 plus 2t. That's all. This is the equation connecting number of lines and the number of triangles. Okay. So this is how you solve the question which are related to number patterns. Okay. So hope you understood this part of this example. Okay. So now we will do the question which are related to number patterns from exercise 7b. Okay. You can take page number 173 and we are going to start with question number 8. Okay. Exercise 7b, page 173. All of you please take out your textbook and be with me because the figures are more clear in your textbook. So that is better. So be with your textbook. Okay. The first 4 figures of the sequence are as shown. So I have given the figures here, but you also just be with your textbook. Okay. So the figures are like this. Figure 1, figure 2, figure 3, figure 4. So what all observations you can find from this? Tell me. The first figure, figure number 1. It's a bigger triangle and one smaller triangle inside. Or you can say the smaller triangles in the figure number 1 is what? How many small triangles are there? 1, 2, 3, 4 small triangles are there. Just count the small triangles inside the bigger triangle. There are 4 small triangles inside figure number 1. Correct? Figure number 2. How many small triangles are there inside? You just count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can count it by yourself. Correct? So these, similarly figure 3 and figure 4. So these are the observations which you can make from the question. Correct? Now what is the problem you have to solve? Yes, draw the next two figures of the sequence. So it's like the example question which I just now explained. Okay, so here, but the figure is only the difference. Correct? So it's a bit complicated figure, but you have to do it like an activity. You please draw it. Okay, I will show you. You have to count the triangles and draw it. Okay, figure number 5 and figure number 6. Okay, you have to count the number of triangles inside and you have to draw it, or the lines, whatever it is. The first one is just like an activity. Okay, you cannot use any formulas as of now. The first question is just like a activity. Okay, please draw it. This is how the next two figures will be. Okay, now we will see what's the next part. Complete the table. So this is the table given. Correct? So here I have drawn towards the right side the same thing, same triangles which we saw there. Okay, so here, so that you can fill the table easily. Okay, so what is given in the question? Figure number 1, number of small triangles. So here on the top right side you can see figure number 1. How many small triangles are there? Yes, 4 small triangles are there. Correct? Now figure number 2. How many are there? You have to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 are there. So what will be figure number 3? When you count, how many you will get? I have marked there. There are 16. Correct? So without counting, can you tell what will be the number of small triangles in figure number 4? How can you tell that? First tell me. You have to follow the series. Follow the sequence. See the sequence of small triangles. 4, 9, 16. So how it is? Can you guess? Yes, it's like squares, correct? 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16, correct? So what will be the next one? Yes, 5 square. What is 5 square? Yes, 25. So what will be the next one? For figure number 5, how many small triangles will be there? Yes, 36. For figure number 6, yes, it will be 49, like that. So now, how can you relate the figure number with the number of triangles? That is the first thing. Because for figure number 1, it is 4. That means it's 2 square. For first figure, it is 2 square. For second figure, it is 3 square. For third figure, it is 4 square. For fourth figure, it is 5 square. So how can you relate figure number with number of small triangles? Yes, you can see here. First figure you can see 4 is what? 2 square. So what is this 2? 2 is what? Figure number 1 I have given there in blue color. We can write it as figure number 1 plus 1 whole square. What is 1 plus 1? 2 square. So this is how we make the relation between figure number and the smaller triangles. Correct? So next is what? 9. It is 3 square. So how can you make the relation between the figure number? Yes, 3 is what? 2 plus 1. So you can write it as 3 square, that is 2 plus 1 whole square. That means figure number plus 1 square is the answer for number of small triangles. This is how you analyze the sequence and find a general term. Okay. So now for the third one, what it will be? Yes, it will be 3 plus 1. Third figure means number 3 plus 1. That is 4 square. That's what it is 16. So for 25, what it will be? Yes, it is 4 plus 1 whole square. So next will be 5 plus 1 whole square. 6 plus 1 whole square. So this is the relation between figure number and this number of small triangles. So now tell me, when the figure number is n, what will be the number of small triangles? Yes, n plus 1 whole square. Clear? So this is what is the relation between the figure number and the number of small triangles, or you can say that this is the general term for this particular pattern. That means if you have n figure, then your number of small triangles in that nth figure will be n plus 1 square, whole square. So you can tell, you can now, if you want, you can just take one example. You can take 100th figure or 1000th figure. So you will get the number of small triangles inscribed in it will be that plus 1 whole square. That many small squares will be there inside it. Okay, now you have to check whether you have done the first drawing correctly or not. Okay, so with this you generalized already, so you just go back your first question and check whether you have done it correctly or not. So in the fifth figure and sixth figure you should have 36 and 49 small triangles inscribed in it. Okay, you have to cross check it now because you have generalized it here. Okay, so now what is the third part of the question? Yes, find the number of triangle in the 20th figure. That's all. It's very easy. You have the relation between the figure number and the number of small triangles. So with that, if the value of n is 20, you can just substitute it. That's all. Correct? So what is the formula? Number of triangle is what? N plus 1 the whole square. Correct? So for nth figure, the number of small triangle is n plus 1. That is what we found it out. N plus 1 whole square. Correct? So here for 20th figure, what it will be? Yes, 20 plus 1 whole square. That's all. Clear? So what is 20 plus 1? Yes, 21 square. 21 square means what? 21 into 21. Correct? That you already know. So what is 21 into 21? Yes, it's 441. Clear? Understood? Okay. So the next part, the fourth part and the final part of this question is, find the value of n for which the figure has 121 small triangles. So the number of small triangles is given as 121 and you have to find what is the value of n. Okay, so what is actually given here? Number of small triangles is how much? N plus 1 whole square. That is given as 121. Correct? So from this, how will you solve this equation? It's like an algebraic equation. Correct? So for removing the square, what you will do? You know already. You have to take root. Correct? So what it is equal to? N plus 1 is equal to root of 121. What is square root of 121? That also you know. It's like 11 into 11 is 121. So you can write it as n plus 1 is equal to 11. Correct? N plus 1 is equal to 11. Now you take 1 to the other side. Solve the algebraic equation. How much you will get? Yes, n is equal to 11 minus 1, or what is it? N is equal to 10. So for the 10th figure, when you draw, you will get 121 small triangles. That is what is given here. Understood? Okay. So we have few more questions of this similar type or of the type of number patterns to be done from exercise 7b. But for now, I am stopping it because I feel 2 problems will be more than enough for this session. So please go through these 2 problems and study this and understand and study these. Okay, so that I will continue the remaining questions in the next session. Okay, so for time being I'm stopping this, because if I do more I feel it will be hectic for you, correct? Because even though it is two problems, it's a bit big kind of questions. So the remaining problems I'll continue with the next session. So hope you are clear with this session. Please go through the video again. If you have any doubt, you can ask me later. Okay? Thank you so much. Bye. Take care.